Each year, millions of tourists visit Europe. They come from all over the world to walk through the great museums. They look at the celebrated monuments. They visit the historic homes. They taste the traditional foods and drinks. And this has been going on for almost 500 years. Beginning in the late 1500s, it became fashionable for wealthy aristocrats to send their sons on a tour of Europe. In the hope of completing their education with a look at Europe's classical art and architecture. Eventually, it became known as the Grand Tour. They saw the great Gothic cathedrals of France, the Renaissance frescoes of Italy, the Rembrandts in Holland. They were exposed to Europe's finest works of art. But they were also exposed to a variety of less scholarly experiences. I've been traveling since I was 6 years old. My mother would put me on a plane and I would fly by myself from New York to Boston, where my aunt would pick me up and take me to see everything she thought I was old enough to appreciate. I loved it. The Toll House cookies were the best. Traveling always brings back my sense of childhood wonder. It takes me away from the familiar comforts and the security of my home. Suddenly I am alone, have a heightened sense of awareness. I'm forced to pay attention to everything that is going on around me because it's all new. The Swiss travel writer Nicolas Bouvier said that when you travel, you're more open to curiosity, to intuition, to love at first sight. That's why I always bring a new pair of glasses, and it's how I met my wife. During the past few years, I have made 2 alterations in my approach to travel. First, unless there is a special reason, I like to travel to a particular location when most other people aren't. If you avoid the peak travel periods, almost everything is easier and less expensive. You don't want to show up in Asia during the weeks of the Lunar New Year celebration, usually in late February or March. Everyone is coming home for the holidays, and it's fun. It's a madhouse. I often go in the early spring or the fall, and I never worry about the weather. I remember what my youngest son tells me. There's no bad weather, there's just inappropriate clothing. And that from a 5-year-old. This is the first of a series of programs that present my personal, slightly offbeat Grand Tour of Europe. I decided to base them on one of the modern river cruisers. They offer the extraordinary convenience of having your hotel come to you as you travel. This is the AmaDolce, which is one of the AmaWaterways ships. We started in Amsterdam in early November. Amsterdam is one of my favorite cities. It's filled with art, architecture, great museums, and places to shop.